All right, I think we'll just get started. We do have a lot to cover. As you can see, this will kind of be the basics of what I'm going to be trying to get done today. If there's something on here that you see that I don't have listed that you're interested in, feel free at any point to raise your hand, ask questions. I'll just continue going on and on unless you guys have anything you guys are wanting to know in particular. First thing I want to go over with you guys is the resources and equipment. So, if you don't know, we do have TLT, Teaching Learning Technologies, right next door. It's room 113, really convenient if you need to get equipment. That includes video cameras, audio gear. I have the website there where it says resources. It's one of the first resource links that I have is to this page. If you scroll down, you see we have a lot of different varieties of video camera. I'm going to be showing you guys this one. It's just a real easy, small, friendly video camera. It takes great pictures, and it's not too bad in getting the files off onto a computer, depending on what type of computer you have. The camera that I'm using in the back to record is the HMC 150. It's not our highest end camera, but it's a really popular one if you want to have a little bit more manual controls and you want to go deeper into actually getting a great image out of a camera and knowing how to use those functions. There's about a 45-minute to an hour-long training that I will go through with whoever it is that wants to check out the camera. Have a lot of people that really like it, but it is a little bigger. It comes in a bigger case, so it's not going to be something you just stick in your pocket. We do have some other equipment besides cameras. We have audio gear, so digital audio recorders, speakers, lavalier mics. I'll be going over there in a minute. Shotgun mics I'll be going over. Beyond that, we do also have a little bit more specialized equipment. Well, we do have still cameras too, of course. But we do have lighting, and I'm going to be showing you one of the lighting kits that we have here for video. It's pretty important if you want video to look good. You need light. Cameras aren't as sensitive as our eyes are, so we need aids in lighting, and that's why when you go to a studio too, it's never dark. They usually have bright lights shining down on whoever it is that is on camera. So a lot of great gear for that. If you don't see something that you think would be useful for a video project, ask either myself or Frank Finelli is the contact. I have him listed there as a TLT contact. We have a lot of like dolly kits. So if you need to be having some camera movement, just not something on a tripod, but you want to add what they call production value or just have a nice smooth push in on a shot, we have equipment for that. We have little steady cam units to go handheld and have a nice, not camera shaky. Usually if people go handheld, it's pretty bad, but we have a lot of cool little pieces of gear that will help you out with your video production at TLT. So that's a really good resource. Let's go back. Dynamic Media Lab, that's where you guys are at right now. These computers, this whole lab was optimized to work well with high-def footage. So that takes a lot of processing power. It takes a lot of hard drive space. So these computers, if you were trying to do this on your own laptop, something might take 15 hours to render, where here, if it was processing the video, it might only take an hour long, or maybe 15 minutes, depending on how fast or slow your computer is. So these guys are great for doing video work. We have all the software programs that you could hope for doing any of this stuff. We have, what I'll be going over today will be iMovie. That's typically, if anybody has a Mac, they have iMovie, so it's really accessible to a lot of people. That's the main reason why I went with that particular program. But any one of the programs, we have Premiere, Final Cut, Final Cut 10 is the newest Final Cut. Any one of them would work, and if anybody has questions about that, I can help them out on it. But today we'll be going over more of just the iMovie workflow. Another resource that we have within this lab is the sound room. We're not don't have time to go in there and show you guys all it, but if you are interested, it's a cool sound booth. It's a professional setup for doing voiceover recordings. So if you've ever tried to do your own voiceover and the quality doesn't come out quite how you expect, we have the setup in here. If you want quality, professional sounding voice, it can be done. And I can help set up whoever is wanting to use that right over there in that room 108D. The next resource in this lab is myself. I'm here pretty much, I tell people I'm here from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. Most nights. Libraries, we close at 6 on Fridays, so it's a little different on Fridays, and I'm not here on weekends. I tend to be here a little bit later than that, but if you do have any questions, my door is almost always open for questions about anything related to the lab or anything video, graphic, audio related. So use me as a resource. Oh, a little background of myself. I graduated with a degree in film and video production. I worked in Seattle freelance, did some corporate commercial work, and did some independent film work over there too. Came down to Reno, worked at KRNV, did broadcast promotions, so I did commercials for them and made the graphics package that they're still running. I didn't do the whole graphics packages, but I did like their open and stuff they're still running, which they need to get rid of. But that was like 4 years ago. But since then, I've been working here just to kind of help people out on a lot of the programs that we have. So you don't have to know how to run everything here. I'm kind of here just to kind of pick my brain and get you past the little hurdles.
Is this beginning? Are we beginners?
Yeah, I think everybody, that's what I'm assuming at this point. But yeah, beyond that, some other great resources, lynda.com. Has anybody ever used lynda.com? Okay, maybe 1, 2, maybe. Lynda.com is a great resource. We're going to get a license soon that will hopefully be NetID authenticated. So you can just go to the site, type in your NetID and password, and you'll be able to use the full resource of Lynda.
What is it?
Lynda.com. It's the best video tutorial website, I think, out there. If you click on software, if you look at well, if I just go to you see there is 9 videos for iMovie. It's not just videos, there are 9 courses for iMovie. So if I go to iMovie 11's Essential Training is usually where you would start. There's 3 hours of information right there on that particular software package. They have Word, they have programming and scripting, a bunch of different programs. Well done. And Lynda is a real person. She doesn't do all of them. No. She doesn't do hardly any of them. She's the brand. But they have professionals in their field doing the videos. That's the best place to pick up any program. Some other resources that we have, go back to Keynote. Killer Tracks. That's bringing into another topic, which I'm not going to go too crazy in, but copyright. If you try to put a popular song under your video and upload it to YouTube, YouTube will shake its finger at you, or it'll just totally rip the audio off and say, no, you don't have access to this audio. You didn't get permission. This isn't yours, so you can't use it. They might put a banner ad up saying go to iTunes to download the song, but in general, you're not supposed to package somebody else's copy-protected songs, and pretty much everything is copywritten unless you've gotten permission by whoever owns the music, and then if they send back a letter saying, sure, for this project you can use it, that's the right way to do it. We do have music that you can use that we have licenses to. We bought licenses through this company, and a lot of really great music. I've heard it on commercials, national commercials. The Super Bowl, I heard some music that we were using for a student had put together for a montage for the Wolfpack Athletics. So it's not cheap stuff, and it does sound good. Don't have time to go over in depth of that right now, but I do have the login and password at that site as well, if you are curious about it. And there's plenty more links and resources for information if you guys are interested about any particular aspect of video. There's a lot of different facets of video, and can't cover them all in this workshop.